The kind of girl that you could be down for. 'Cause when I look at you, I feel something tell me that you're the kind of guy that I should make a move on with. And if I don't let you know, then I won't be for real. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. The more I see you, the more that it becomes so true. There ain't no other for me, it's only you. I want
Hey, welcome back to Miss Joan Uncut with me, your host, Miss Joan, back with another video on the crazy YouTube streets. Let's get into it. I want to first thank all my new subscribers. You guys are awesome. I really do thank you guys for trusting in me to bring you content. I like to look at myself as somewhat of a little different, like, I do some commentary and then I give my insight and my input on what I'm seeing. So let's get right into it. You know how we do over here. We spectate, we do not participate in the drama, and we're going to get right into it. This is going to what I call one of my late night videos. I don't do these often, but at night I tend to be a little bit more deep, and I am very tired. But I want to go ahead and touch on some things, right, that has been going on in the last few days. So I'm pretty sure most of you guys are caught up, but I'm going to just do a very quick rundown. So yesterday, day before yesterday, whatever time it is where you're at, some things went down. So AT2 went ahead and he put out the second part of his interview, right? And in his interview, it was pretty much about Kimmie. Jag and Sip talked pretty much about Kimmie. I still don't even know the question and whether is Jag pregnant, but I'm gonna take that as a no. And so in this interview, they do discuss a lot of things. And in this interview, I do believe Sip and Jag got to talking about Kimmie and her I can't say allegedly because she has admitted this on her own platform and even called her daughter, and her daughter confirmed this, that she has written like fraudulent checks in the past to make sure her children get Christmas gifts. Now, I am not, just because I make this type of content, I am not the type to just bash a person just because that is just not me. I do have morals. I do have standards. To me, this is not something for me to attack anybody. I see things, I give my observation, right? So I'm not going to knock Kimmie for doing what she felt she needed to do as a parent for her children. Do I condone it? No. Do I judge her? No. In this process, as they're discussing it in this interview, I guess Sip mentioned some things about Kimmie's daughter admitting to Kimmie doing, pretty much doing fraudulent things to get this dollhouse, whatnot. Well, Kimmie hears it, right? And Kimmie just went from like 0 to 100, like real quick, right? So she decides to go onto her stories, okay, and put up a picture of Sip's mother and sister. No, I do not have the picture. Yes, Sip's mother, I believe, is still alive, but she has gone through cancer in the past. So clearly, from my understanding, this is a very sensitive topic for him. Now, look, I've been in all the chats. I've seen the lives. Everybody has their opinion. I do not think my opinion is better than anybody. Give you a heads up. In my late nights, I will be a little bit more intimate, a little bit more detailed. So please bear with me. Hopefully you get something out of this. So I say all that to say, I personally, the way it went was just like, wow, that's a lot, right? So to get back into it. So Kimmie puts this up. Well, I guess it got back to Sip and a few people. And next thing you know, Cat Medusa's live. And while she's live, Sip decides to hit the panel. And he is like furious. He is very upset. And he's like, excuse me. He wants to know why Kimmie put his parent, his mom and sister pick up. And I mean, honey, he is upset. His voice is trembling. shaking, right? And he starts, he gets so upset, he cries. He cries. Now, let me say one thing I've learned on these YouTube streets, okay? Crying on YouTube is like literally being in a shark infested water and blood is dripping out of you and they're circling you. Once you show any type of emotion that's not, fighting, aggression, cursing, yelling, screaming, and you show any type of emotion or any type of empathy or anything that's normal that humans do, depending where you're at in YouTube, you'll get chewed apart, as they did to his ass today. And you know what? From my understanding, he do kind of deserve people to kind of drag him because he's been saying some things about people that ain't got nothing to do with me. So then Jag, Jag is just, Jag is Jag. Jag is extra. She's an attention seeker. So as they're sitting there pretty much discussing this whole picture, and Sip starts to cry. Now, let me say this. If you're looking for me to bash him for crying, I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I won't do it. And let me tell you why. It has nothing to do with Sip per se. I just know as a woman, it is not easy for a man or a male to show emotion. It is deemed weak for a man to cry. Now, me personally, I don't think that's weakness for a man to cry because men have been taught not to show emotion, which has caused a lot of issues in a lot of people's relationships, not just romantic, but family, when a person have a hard time having empathy. And I myself respect a man who will show tears because that is not easy to do and it's very vulnerable. Will I say I feel sorry for him? No. I think it's really effed up. Now, this is where I'm going to probably deviate and start getting on to more of just my personal thoughts and feelings. So please bear with me. I'm just giving you your heads up because now I just wanted to give you a touchdown to why I'm going where I'm going. As you see the title of my video, it pretty much, in my thumbnail, it pretty much says like they fall out. So to get into that just real quick, Kimmie hits the panel on Cat Medusa's channel. And baby, when I say they got to dragging and screaming and hollering, and Jag went and made a whole remix called You're Gonna Die, child. You better be lucky I haven't learned how to mix songs yet. Cause I swear I was gonna take that track and make a whole beat. Cause Jag, even her drags is a tune, child. And Kimmie was pretty much up there telling him like, because they were saying Kimmie said that she loved him the day prior before she put his family's pictures up. So Kimmie goes to explain, listen, you mentioned my daughter. Now, how I took this is I really genuinely think Kimmie liked Sip. And I think for her to see, and she did say that, for her to see Sip co-sign Jag and mentioning her daughter was like a trigger for her. I'm not making excuses for nobody, but sometimes somebody has to be the logical one, right? And that was her reason, right? She did say you can't tell a person in the YouTube streets, and the number one rule. Now, most of the things I learned is from the beef sector, right? Beef sector, it toughens you. It toughens you. Y'all have no idea. Okay. One thing I learned, okay, is you can't tell a person how to fight when it comes to their kids. Because Kimmie said some things. Now, I can bring it up and probably stir some shit up. But that's not really, but okay, you know what? Let me just say one thing. So Kimmie did say though, Kimmie did say when she went live after the whole photo fiasco, because she went live after on her channel, she did say when listening to the audio, because she did get permission from Cat, that she don't understand why he was crying so hard over his child, because in the audio he says on Cat Medusa, like, if anything happened to my parents, my family, like pretty much somebody gonna RIP. That's pretty much in layman's term. And Kimmie goes to say she don't even know why he's so upset about, and wait, I'm jumping. Then he goes to say on my daughter's life. Fast forward to Kimmie's life. This is where I get messy a little. She goes to say, I don't know why he keeps using that whole, like, oh, please stop using that whole, like, your daughter situation. She wasn't even born. So when I'm like, wait a minute, so was it that the child, wait, so is it that the woman he was with at the time was pregnant with his child and she lost the baby during birth, or, miscarriage or whatnot? And, because I'm thinking this was like, a toddler, infant, a pre, I don't know. He don't really, from my understanding, he don't really talk too much about it. Maybe I missed that part. But what Kimmie said, this is off Kimmie now. You ain't get this from me. You ain't get this from me. It's in Kimmie's video. She said she don't know why that man was crying, because it's not like the baby was born. I might be paraphrasing, but if you watch the video, you'll find it. And I was like, oh shit, child. The fact that they made that man cry, I agree. This is not for him. He's not built for this. Now this is my opinions and my thoughts. I think it's really foul and dirty that Jag brought this man into this. I think it's really shady as shit that nobody properly warned him. Now, this is just my how I would do things, my perspective. If I really valued my relationship and I knew me being on the internet can cause issues in my relationships, if I knew there were people out there that not too fond of me and they will like do whatever they have to do to pull me apart, y'all wouldn't even know I got a man. Okay? We shouldn't even know Sip exists. I'm not saying he should be a secret, but clearly this is stressing him out. He's losing sleep. Jag got him just as obsessed watching these videos. And this is when I get into Jag. Jag does this to everybody. You get these new people who watch Jag and they're fans of her. And let's be honest, a lot of Jag supporters are her fans from her music, or from when she did the whole exposing Hollywood and the music industry. Because a lot of those people to this day, Jag tells the truth. Jag tells the truth. But my thing about it is, she's not mentally well. So when I decided to come on and make content, let me clear something up, right? Whether you think I got talent or whether you think I'm good or not, that is not here for me to give two shits about. I was watching for years and I literally was starting to notice, like, every person Jag life, every person's life Jag goes into, it becomes chaos. It becomes manic and it's not healthy. Like, the lady has literally been diagnosed. Like, we're not saying this because we don't like her per se. We're not saying this because we just want to paint a bad picture about Jag. A lot of us, everyone's different. Me, I'm not doing this for the money. I'm surprised my channel is growing at the rate it is, to be honest with you. I was mentally prepared to, I set myself out 6 months that I would reach 500 and maybe another 6 to get 1,000. I'm shocked. Here's my thing. I noticed the mental abuse that Jag was doing to people. I noticed the lives she was fucking up. And Jag tends to attract people who are traumatized. I stepped back and realized that the people who gravitate her, now look, I'm not aiming at nobody directly because I don't have a problem name dropping, period. But I'm just pointing out my observation. The people who tend to who tends to be drawn to Jag is trauma, severely trauma, or maybe some mental illness there, because all the evidence is there. Anytime a person takes ashes of a deceased loved ones and rub it on their face, anytime a person goes to jail and they literally is in the section of the jail for the mentally, the 5150s, the mental ill people, how is everybody ignoring that? I'm confused. Like, all her supporters bypass all of that. Jag literally, maybe she does have like a loving side of her, right? She is a Taurus. I know how we're very nurturing. People are drawn to us. People love us. The only difference between me and Jag is like, I literally do not get off on like fucking people over. A part of me want to believe, not out of being naive, that this whole Jag and Sip thing is serious. I am starting to think that Sip really did take a liking to Jag. Maybe there was a little bit of like, you know, fan craze, you know, oh, she's a celebrity. Oh, I get a chance to be with a celebrity. But maybe he really he caught feelings. I personally feel Jag is incapable of having a real serious connection. We are literally, for the last 4 years, we've watched Jag drag people into her life, put them through police, put them through fucking SWATs, put them through fucking having to bail her out. She get fucking put into institutions. The police, she walked her own ass into a police station and became extremely aggressive. Thank God they just restrained her, because you know how it is for Black folks in police. But it's like everyone overlook everything she does, her supporters, and make excuses for her. But nobody on those panels or in her personal life is telling her to take her medicine, because Jag's supposed to be taking medicine. Her sister said it. Jag she need a fucking handler. She is not capable of really surviving on her own. She really might be a narcissist, because it's like, how I'm looking at this whole Kimmie situation now, or like on a just more deeper intellectual level, it's like Jag did this to TJ, she did this to Kimmie, she did this to Legina, she did this to Goomba, she did this to Solar. She does this to everybody. Jag attaches to you, make you feel like you need her. She gives you some of the biggest compliments and praises that you can get, that make you feel like you on cloud 9. And the moment Jag feel like you're no longer needed, she will literally discard you, just throw you to like, and then go on a complete smear campaign forever. TJ, aka Ty, has moved on, right? From my understanding. She's met someone. She keeps them low key. Jag's still bringing her up. Goomba, he got a job. He moved on with his life. She still brings, is what Jag do. She brings you in. So how I'm looking at it is like, Jag clinged to Kimmie. And I do think Jag was getting annoyed with Kimmie, but she clinged up because she needed that. But when she met Sip, she finally realized, like, okay, I don't really need Kimmie. I have Sip. And then boom. Regardless if you want to break down, you know, Kimmie was with the whole Baby D situation. Jag discarded Kimmie very easily. And I honestly feel like Kimmie was genuinely hurt, because even Baby D, if you don't know who Baby D is, somebody in the chat, please drop it down for other people, because I will not keep saying her name. Her ass is Baby D over here. Okay. And see, I watched her live, so I know sis don't be lying. She don't. I'll give her that. She will tell on herself if it means telling on your ass. She said it her damn self. Okay? She said it herself. Like, this whole thing is just insane. It's just, sometimes it makes me feel like, am I the crazy one? Okay. Baby D said it herself, that Kimmie was literally up crying, I guess the night that her and Jag officially fell apart. That literally Kimmie, now listen, I'm not saying this happened. I'm just telling you what was told by someone who was talking to her. At the time when Kimmie and Jag officially fell apart, Baby D said that Kimmie literally called her. They was talking, cause she couldn't sleep. She was like really hurt over Jag. But this is what Jag does. And you know what each person do once Jag discard them and they're on their own? TJ did it. Kimmie did it. Goomba did it. Even Legina. And I think DJ Genesis may have said it. They all say the same thing. When people be like, yo, we tried to tell you. Like, you snapped on us. You cursed us out. And we was just trying to tell you how Jag is. They all go, I know. I know. Jag has a way of grabbing a person's like heart. The thing is, Jag, she's not sincere. She's not sincere. I'm just sorry. Like, there's really nothing nobody can say to me to get me to think that Jag is sincere. Now, granted, yes, I'm over here making content on her, but my initial thing was I was so frustrated. The reason why I even took the hiatus is because mentally I could not deal with Jag. Like, I had to like step back and like kind of let myself like, yo, you can't take this. Yo, she literally mind fucks people, bro. I'm so observant sometimes. It's like my downfall because I shouldn't see everything, but I do. Jag is like the most toxic human being ever. So yeah, I do my commentary. I laugh. I crack jokes. You know what I mean? I kiki. I do all of that. But at the end of the day, we are seriously dealing with somebody who was literally like by the book diagnosed. We're not just throwing labels on her. We're not just saying this because we want to hate Jag. We don't want to see. That's another thing Sip pissed me off with. I ain't gonna lie. He in that interview, oh, nobody want to see Jag happy. Everybody want Jag to be alone. You know what I'm saying? Y'all making money off Jag. Yeah, half y'all checks, y'all YouTube checks is Jazz because it's her name on it. What kind of logic is that, sir? That's like everybody running up to you like, that person is crazy, don't deal with them. And then you look at all the people like, no, y'all crazy. And then you get shitted on, and then we looking at you like, we tried to tell your ass. I have videos on my channels from months ago with her and TJ, how she treated TJ. Now, I'm not saying TJ was a saint because TJ did the same exact thing that Sip is doing. Saying we hating, we don't want to see them happy, we don't want to see Jag happy, and you saw how she looked. Jag is a cheater. Nobody's gonna call that out. Jag don't know how to be faithful. I'm gonna put it on my community wall. There is a person who did a very, very, very good, I cannot think of her name, that did a very good like mini bio on Jag. Jag has been promiscuous her whole fucking life. Jag cheated on Goomba. Jag cheated on motherfucking TJ. She cheated on Sip. You can't. Oh, damn! I ain't say that. Did I predict the future? I ain't know that. I don't know if she cheated on you, Sip. My bad, bruh. That was maybe a Freudian slip. I don't know. We can't say Jag cheated on her Johns in between because she was just in between dudes. She's just. And now. My thing is, not everybody is going to take this internet thing as a joke. You know, not everybody is going to take well to their family being put on the internet. Not everybody's going to take well to strangers showing up around their family members. Like, I personally think Sip needs to either cut Jag ass off or just don't come back on here and deal with Jag when she's off here. Like, look, when you're done with your YouTube, call me. Because it's not going to get any better, bruh. It's not. And Jag is not going to help because she sat her ass up on Cat Medusas and she just egged that shit on. And instead of somebody telling him, bro, get off, drop. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have been up there crying. But I'm starting to think that he's getting addicted. Like, every person that deals with Jag, they get obsessed with YouTube with her. I don't know. This is like a little rant. It's just that whole situation just made me kind of step back and go, like, y'all not going to be happy until somebody get hurt. Because Okay. There are some subscribers. Like, I don't know. I think content creators get up on a high horse. You know what I'm saying? I just do uploads. I don't do lives. But I feel like these content creators, not all, and I'm not saying nobody, because I'm talking about the beef sector too, and I'm talking about the Lupac sector too over there with Sweet Ma and all of them. These content creators get their ass up on these damn platforms and just get like this God complex and just think they can talk to their subscribers any kind of way, not knowing there are some subscribers who really don't play that shit. And Jag and Kimmie and the rest of y'all gonna fuck around and gonna get the wrong crazy. And that crazy, honey, I've seen it in other sectors. There was a guy, I think last year or maybe 2 years ago, like off YouTube, beefing with a YouTuber. I'm not making this up. And he got killed just from some words on YouTube. The guy finally saw him in the street and stabbed the man in broad daylight. I think he was like from like the black sector. Not the black tea sector. There is a black sector that's like somewhat, I guess, maybe a little adjacent to beef sector, but they get it. They get it in, honey. They got drones and all of that. Anyway, I don't want this video to be too long. This is my little late night rant, but it just all stemmed from just like watching it. Jag is a friend to nobody. And honestly, I'm not letting Kimmie off the hook, because Kimmie loved it. Kimmie loved being associated with Jag, and she loved doing Jag's dirty work. And Jag created a fucking monster. So now Kimmie is giving Jag a dose of her own motherfucking medicine. Sip should have stayed out of it. He shouldn't even had an opinion when this all initially started. Let the women fight. Jag gets every person she deal with dragged into her shit. And you know what? Let me say this before I go. For those, and if it hits you, then it's for you. For those of you who sit your asses up on these panels talking about all y'all do is talk about Jag, all y'all do, y'all making money off Jag, I have a very good question for you. What the fuck do you think you doing? Because the only reason why you on them panels is because of Jag. And the only reason why you on Jag's side is because it's Jag. You ain't there because you really give a fuck about it, man. Cut that shit out, my nigga. Cut that shit out. Y'all kill me with that shit. Y'all sit your asses up there trying to defend Jag, and y'all using her just as much as the rest of us that do content on her, man. Yo, take your nose out the motherfucking sky. Ground yourself. You ain't no better. Y'all motherfuckers can't wait till Jag come on y'all platform just so y'all can get numbers. Let me tell you something. I promise you this, because when I do start going live, Jag not welcomed over here. I'm not no fake phony bitch. I'm not gonna sit here talk about you and then have you come over here and be in your face smiling. The fuck? I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. My bad. I zoned out. Well, anyway, if you made it this far, I just really appreciate you. I just had to get that off my chest. That felt good. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below. Let me know what you think. Like, what do y'all think? Do y'all think this is going to eventually go off YouTube? That Jag is going to eventually drag somebody into her saga and it's just going to go to a point of like no return? Because it's just like, after seeing Sip reaction, I'm like, bro, like there's real people out here with real emotions. I'm not sticking up for him. What I'm saying is, you got to be careful. Not everybody you can play with. Some people already going through enough shit, and it just take one thing to make them snap, and then, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know how we do over here. I hope everyone have a blessed night, a blessed tomorrow, and you know how we do over here. Smooches.